Alright, welcome to New Orleans.
Well, thank you.
How's the tour been going so far?
Awesome. Everybody's cool. All the bands are cool. Shows are going smoothly, you know. Crowds are good. You know, partying, having a good time.
And you got Crowbar playing tonight too.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
That's
Yeah, definitely. I didn't even know about that until maybe 5 minutes before you came here. I had no clue, but that's cool. It's awesome.
Your 11th studio album, Evisceration Plague, came out earlier this year, and it's gotten really great reviews, and it was your highest charting album to date. So congratulations about that. Your bassist, Alex Webster, said that you try to make each album heavier than the last. How did you do that this time?
I don't know.
How is this one heavier than Kill?
Well, I think we have maybe a couple of songs that are maybe a little slower, the title track, Evisceration Plague. I think maybe we mixed it up more, with speed, but I mean, not that there's not fast songs on the album, there are, I mean, some people get worried when they hear that, that the album is slower or something. I mean, I don't know if overall it is. I think obviously, because we did this is the second album we've done with Eric Rutan, that, guitar sound wise, definitely, when you record with somebody for multiple albums, you start to know what they're going to do or what they are going to go for, and obviously the guys here, they know what they want, they know what they're shooting for, and then you come together in the studio and try to, because sometimes people butt heads, even though it's our record, we're going to record it the way we want, but some people butt heads. It's not like that with Eric. He's awesome. He's a great guitar player in his own right. For me personally, like, vocal wise, he's a great singer too. He sings and plays, you know what I mean? So it's easy for me to record with him. I just think he's in general not pushy with, I mean, he'll definitely, offer ideas. He knows what we're going for, because he's a death metal guy anyway, So, I don't know how, I never know if we beat an album or not. That's really not for us to decide. I mean, if we made an album heavier. I mean, and right away we could say, yeah, when the album's done, but, it will take a while for us to listen to it. We'll get on tour and we'll say, all right, hey, put the album on, put Kill on the album before it. Let's hear that. All right, now put Evisceration on. Let's compare it. We'll be on to we'll get on to like the first couple tours that we do. Like I think when we toured with Children of Bodom, we did this. We put it on just the Evisceration just to hear it, because by the time it's done right away, you might listen to it a couple times, but then it's like, no, I don't want to hear it anymore, because we've heard it about 5 million times. Those guys have heard it even more. Tracking the stuff. I just go in for the vocals and I hear it enough as it is. I mean, I don't know exactly. We want to make it heavier, but it's kind of not an easy way to describe how we go about doing it. We just try to write the songs that we think are the best. I mean, that are representing what we are, and also making it still interesting and not just the same old stuff constantly thrown out but rearranged. I mean, some people might accuse us of that. I don't know. I think things have never been better for the band, really. But I think that always striving to be heavier. I mean, I don't know. Music's really damn heavy right now, and it's heavy music being accepted like a lot more than it was. So I don't know if we can get any heavier or not.
How do you choose your set list?
Well, we start with Hammer Smash Face, and we know that that's always going to be in. And then we just sort of mix and match. I mean, we know what songs people like. There are some songs that are still outside of Hammer that are considered classic, like Fucked with a Knife, and like Make Them Suffer, I Come Blood. But we just. It gets harder, because there's some songs that are maybe more obscure that like really die-hard fans will know, and then we want to pick, especially for a tour like this where we're not playing to like just our fans only. There are going to be different people, people here that are listening to Hatebreed and know who they are, and probably maybe know our name but have never really heard us. We want to put songs in that are more current. You know what I mean? And also, we want to please, like I said, the old school people that are coming that have been with us for years, that they're going to come see the shows. It gets harder and harder. I mean, the more songs you have to choose from, but then they're just, like I said, Hammer Smash Face is the only untouchable song, you know, really. Strip, Raped, and Strangled is pretty close because we link them together, you know, Hammer Smash Face and Strip, you know, they're, you know, Hammer and then Stripped. But I would still say Stripped isn't like one that we would not get rid of. It's close, but Hammer is the only one. It's basically, okay, Hammer, put that on the list. Okay, you know that's there, and then, you know, figure it out. And we always do listen to what we hear people yelling for. I mean, over the course of a tour, you'll hear, you know, Pounded in the Dust or whatever, you know, song, you know, people will be yelling for it. People will definitely, you know, we'll hear it a lot, and we are thinking about it, you know. We're always thinking, hey, you know, I heard a lot of kids yelling for that. Well, let's, you know, and the thing is, in some of these songs are songs that I've never done with the band, or Pat has never done with the band, you know, from years ago. Sometimes maybe even Rob, if it's like something from the first record. And so then we have to go and learn it, you know, relearn it or whatever, you know, start practicing it. And, you know, it's hard. I mean, there's a lot, we have so many songs, and it's, you know, we want to play songs that we want to play, but we want to play songs we know people want to hear. And so it becomes, you know, one thing also is we will be playing, and we'll start realizing the crowd reaction to certain songs. You know, after we're done playing I Come Blood, after we're done playing Hammer, you know, we hold the notes out and go into Strip, Raped, and Strangled, but the people still go crazy because they're just like, because Hammer is the song, that's like our song, you know. But also when I, you know, announce Make Them Suffer, you know, we noticed there's a lot of people that song's pretty popular, you know, and we are thinking about that. And we do a song that's kind of obscure, we haven't done in a while, or that we barely have ever done, and we don't get the same reaction, okay, we might not want to do this one anymore, you know. It's hard, though. It's hard to pick, you know, to make a list out. I mean, especially opening. We're doing a headlining tour. We do like 18 songs or 20 songs. You know, we always, our rule has always been to try to do at least one song from every album. It's not possible out on an opening tour. But a headlining tour, if we do 11 songs, you know, and we do 20 song set, that leaves 9 more songs, and that's not a lot of songs when you consider. It's almost enough to do 2 songs from each album, but like The Bleeding is an album that has probably the most amount of songs that are like really popular, and you know, that's probably the most popular album we have. So maybe a few years from now, Evisceration will be, and we can put some of that in there, but then we'll have 2 other albums out. It never ends.
I see. Some of your albums and artwork have been banned in a few countries because they're so graphic, of course. Do you think that could ever happen with anything else you write, or was that just because of a certain time?
Well, it's possible, you know. The people, look, we had a problem in Germany for a while. You know, we couldn't play songs from our first 3 albums. You know, a bunch of stuff. We just actually played in, I think it was Munich, and we couldn't play. The same thing happened. You know, you can't play this, you can't play this, you can't play that. So, you know, we couldn't do it. You know, and I think that if they dropped it, like, okay, we don't care anymore, because they have since we had the problem. Is when I first got in the band in, like, I don't know, 97 or 98 or something like that. Well, that's not when I first got in the band, but around that time they came to us with the papers to sign, so we won't play this, we won't play that. It's ridiculous. But we signed those papers, and for, I don't know, 10 plus years, I think it was, we weren't supposed to play anything from the first 3 records. Period. That was it. So we were like, okay, we can't play Buried in the Backyard, but we can play Dismembered and Molested. You know what I mean? I mean, it just you only need those, you know, 2 song titles like that to realize how stupid that sounds. You know, I mean, we have plenty of songs on every album that are probably just going to be as offensive as some of the older songs. But for whatever reason, they only banned those songs. Then they lifted it. Okay, you can, you know, our labels, you can play whatever you want. That problem's not there anymore. And then we played in Munich, and then before we got to Munich, they sent us this whole big letter, you know, you can't play this here, blah blah blah. They're going to do this, or they can do that. Okay, so we didn't do it.